Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to work on a fairy dust necklace. And we are going to use a lot of the shell beads from Out of Exotic Blooms by the SoftFlex's company. I'll show you what we're going to do as soon as we turn down. So I've got this little bottle. This is going to have some, we'll put glitter in this. We've got our little fairy dust, our fairy for our fairy dust necklace. We've got a teeny bit of chain, a bail, and we've got some jump rings. Now, most of these I already have spun up, but in order to show you what we're doing, we're going to take this this ball head pin, and I've noticed that it has a bend at the very base of it there. So we're going to take our flat nose and we're going to try and even that up some. There we go. Now, what we do to make these like this is simply to put the heishi shell on the bottom with a little daisy spacer. Come on, daisy spacer. Oh, it wants to be difficult, doesn't it? There we go. And our little shell piece, a round shell, next. Then we're just going to wrap these babies up. So we'll bend this over. Get our bell making pliers, tuck those into there, bring her up and around and over, and through this way, and make our little loop. Now we're going to grab that loop with our pliers and take a second pair, or you can use your fingers if you prefer. I like the tightness that I can get with the pliers. And then we're just going to wrap this baby up. I don't think it has enough room to take one more loop, so we will get our flush cutters and cut that extra wire off, and then we'll tuck it in. And there's our little pieces. There's one of our little pieces. That's how we made all of these here. Now our next step is to pull out our cork. We're going to put some glitter in this in a bit, but we've got a few steps before we get to that point. And we're going to take and jump ring this little fairy to here. Actually, I'm not wondering if one of my smaller ones would be better for putting the fairy onto the chain. Let's see. If one of these will work. If not, then we'll go back to one of the bigger ones, but I prefer a smaller one if I can get away with it. So let's open this baby up. Through the fairy and then the bottom link of our chain. You gonna fit, baby? Not sure it's going to fit. Doesn't seem to. Oh, there it goes. I was going to say it doesn't seem to want to. Now I've got all these pieces out, but I neglected to think of the fact that I'm going to need a lot more little jump rings, because we're going to jump ring these pieces up the edge of here, just like we would a cha-cha necklace. She's going to hang down here at the bottom. Then it's going to go around and it will hook down to the bottle here. And then the bell will hook onto the bottle here. We need to make us a little chain. We'll probably use this same chain that I just was using for this piece here, or we can use a smaller chain. I have two different styles of chain. I think we may use the bigger chain this time around. I don't usually, but we'll see. I haven't made up my final mind yet, have I? So we need to get some more little jump rings out. We need 2 to go to here and 1 to go to the bell. It looks like I have 1 extra. So we'll put that one back. And we'll get the little ones out, because I'm pretty sure we want the little ones to put our pieces on with. If we don't use all these, which we're not going to, we'll put them back into the bottle in a bit. So let's just start opening up these little guys, and we will start putting them on. Now you can put these on 2 to the same link, 1 on either side of the link. I'm going to go up 2 before I put my first one on so that it's not hiding my fairy there. And I usually, when I'm doing cha-cha things, I put 2 in the same link. And what I mean by that is we're going to, we're going to take, let's see, how's that saying? Oh, very good. And we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to take another jump ring, little tiny guys, and we're going to go into the same link, but on the other side of where it's dropping down. So 1 on either side. Just grab 1 and plop it on here. And we're just going to go up the chain doing this same thing. And when we get to the top, if I've got a lot of links left, I will just cut them off. Now this is the same way you would make a cha-cha bracelet or cha-cha earrings. Just 1 on either side as you go up your links. So see, we're on this side of the link here with this one, so we want to go on the other side here. And we are probably going to have enough links, we are going to cut some off. Now, if you didn't want to put them in either one like this so that it gets all compacted, you could skip a link. In fact, I'll show you what I mean. I'll skip the next one here. And if we want to fill it back in, we can always go back to it. Come on, you. And you could just go in just 1 on each link also, if you would prefer to do it that way. And then again, of course, they wouldn't see now how that one's up higher. So we'll put the next one in this same link like we did the other one, and that way we've got this gap between, and you can leave that gap, or you can fill it in if you decide you don't like it. Let's see what we look like here. I actually am not minding the gap. The other ones are, you know, they're a little, well, this one's almost identical. We want to change that one. Well, it doesn't matter. So now we're going to skip one again and go up to this next one here. And we'll see how it looks. We may decide we like it, we may decide we don't like it. And that's perfectly all right. And if we don't like it, we'll just move it down. Okay, so that's what that's going to look like. Like I said, you could fill it in more, you could fill it in, you could do less, fill it in less, fill it in more. Entirely up to you how you want to handle that. I'm thinking I'm going to take some of these double ones down at the bottom and maybe put those into the empty spots up there, because I think they're too close to too thick around the bottom there, I think. So I'm just going to open a link up, or the jump ring. And take it off the chain. Come on, baby, come off the chain. Now we'll take this one and we'll move it up the chain to one of these empty spots up above. If I can find the end of my chain here, there it is. Okay, so now we have this empty spot and this empty spot up here. We'll put it in this one. See, now it's not quite so full down at the bottom, but it added a little bit up here. So that is our Cha-Cha fairy dust. Put these away because we don't need them anymore. It will hang off our bottle. I'm not sure I'm going to cut the chain. I think we may just use those extra links as a wrap around the bottle thing. So I'm going to put this one jump ring. Come on, baby. Now I lost the top again. There it is. I'm going to put that through the top there. And I'm going to decide when I actually put this onto the bottle whether this one is enough because of the other chain going around the edge. And I think it will be, so we probably won't need these ones at this second one here at all. So we'll get these things put away. So I got this little fairy. It's a little lightweight one. I've bent it with my pliers so that it fits on the bottle here. And now we're going to glue her on there. Now, normally I would try to find something that's more representative of what I'm using as a focal, or the beads I'm using. Say, well, no, I usually make this be the item that I pair the beads to. But since I used the shells for our little cha-cha piece there that we're going to use there, I've decided to just put a fairy here on here because I didn't really have anything that I thought went really well with that. See if I got glue about everywhere. I do. Bing, maybe a little more here. And then I'm going to wipe this off some so I don't have a ton of glue coming out. Close it up because we're going to need it some more later. Then we'll just take our bottle and drop our fairy down on top of it. Oop. That's not what I meant. We don't go sideways, little lady. There we go. Now you'll see there's excess glue coming out, and that's fine. We're going to let her dry for about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll pull the excess glue off. And I'll show you how to do that, of course. So while we've got her sitting here drying, we're going to take the little screw out of our cork. Then we're going to get a little glue on the end of the screw where the little screw threads are at. Just drop it right there like that. Close this back up. It's coming out pretty fast these days. And then we'll screw it back into our cork. That way it can't be screwed out of the cork easily. I have had, before I started doing this, I had one little girl come and was playing with the necklaces and screwed the little cork, the little screw right out of the cork. I also glue the cork in once we have the glitter in, because I've had that happen as well, have somebody just take and pull the cork right out. And we don't want that because then the glitter comes out. Okie dokie. We'll let that dry as well as the other. And we'll be back in about 15-20 minutes to clean the glue around our little fairy and put our glitter in. Okay, we've been about 15 minutes, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down my fairy with my finger here, and I'm going to get hold of the excess glue, and I'm going to take hold of it and pull with my tweezers here. Then we're going to wipe it off our prongs before we go back and do a little more. Now you can see there's a bunch right here. I'm going to try and get hold of that so we can get it out of there. And when I rub with my finger like that, sometimes if it's not really well attached, it will slide over sideways with my finger so that it's not looking so tacky. So get hold of it and pull just like I just did. Another spot right here that I want to get out if I can. And we'll take the excess glue off, like I say. Now see how it's a little bit oofy right there? So I'm going to take my finger and just pull it sideways out of that spot. And sometimes I can just rub it right off the bottle. Other times I need to just get hold of it Now she's got some here by her leg here too, so we'll you get the dryness at the optimum time, this will just pull right off without giving you any flack. If you get it too early, it's tacky. And if you get it too late, well, it doesn't want to come off at all. So then it's a permanent fixture. You got to get that little bit right there. She's got this little spot stuck right here by her foot that doesn't want to come off. There we go. I think we got it pretty good. She's got some still here by her knee that looks sort of tacky here. See if we got that good enough that I can just rub the rest. Looks like we do. Oops, but I got a glob right here. Okay, I think she'll do. So there's our fairy pretty well cleaned up. And I'm going to let her sit for just a little while longer, and then we're going to decide what color of glitter we want to put in her. I see another little spot right here by this wing. So there she goes. Now, the glitter I can put on this one is a sort of whatever I want, because we are going to, of course, put all this colors here down beside her here. It's gonna hang over the side here. So we can put any colored glitter in here that we want to. So we'll go get some, I'll go fetch some glitter and we'll start putting glitter in. So I've brought over all kinds of colors of glitter, and we'll just pop the top on one of these and just start putting it in here. We'll just put it in little strips of colors. And then we'll repeat it after we get to the end here. Oops, oh, there we go. Sit. Oh, come on, why are you not coming off pink? There we go. Oops, more pink than I wanted, but that's all right. A little more orange. I put my glitter into these condiment holders because they come out pretty good usually in here. Though sometimes you have to sit and squeeze on them too, so. Now this is filled up here, but it's not going to be full. So take it, put your finger on it, tap it down a few times onto your desk or whatever. And you'll see how it dropped down quite a bit there. So I will put a little bit more of the pretty purple in here. Tap it down some more. It looks pretty good now. So now I'm going to start closing up all of these babies. And the next thing we want to do is slide these out of our way, get our cork, open our glue back up, stubborn thing. Now since it's already coming out, just go and put it around the top of your bottle like so. Close it back up quickly. Now take your cork and shove it in there. Make sure your little screw is facing the same direction as your design piece that you put on your bottle. I'm gonna force that down pretty good. And there is that portion finished. And we don't need the glue anymore, and we don't need our glitters anymore, so I will get those put away. Now our next step is to make our chain. I like these to be about 18 inches. So I'm going to get out my spool of chain. We're going to see how well this fits through this bell. If it doesn't, then we'll go to our smaller chain. Oh, it fits fine. So we'll go with this chain since it's in here anyway. And we need 18 inches of chain, or a little less. So there's 12. And here's 18. So we'll cut the link and put the rest of our chain away. Now we need to put, there's a few more things I should have got out because we need to put a large oval jump ring on the one side. And we need to get a lobster to put on the other side. Now normally I get a big lobster, a 15, because, well, I'm getting older and I like them to be a smaller, not smaller, bigger, so that I can handle them better. But the small ones, and I do have some small ones because they send us them in our SoftFlex kits, and so I'm going to use a small one on this because most of the people who buy these are younger folks and they don't need them to be so small. They can use a small one. So let's flip this. Check and make sure it's working good. It is. So we'll get our pliers out and we'll open up this jump ring. There we go. There's the big one on. Now we'll put the bail is already on here, so we don't want to need to worry about the bail right now. We'll put the lobster claw on the other side. And then we can close our chain piece up. So now our chain is ready to have our pieces put to it. Though we do need to let them dry for a little while because we don't want to be pulling everything apart as we're putting it together. So this will bail right here. Bing, right here. And then we'll take this other jump ring and hook our chain on here as well. And then our cha-cha fairy bracelet, fairy necklace will be done. So we are going to let this dry for just a little bit longer, maybe another 10 or 15 minutes, and then I will be back to finish it off. And like I say, we're just going to take the fairy dust necklace and bail it to right there with one of the this bail right here, this one right here. And then we'll, where are you? There you are. Then this one will hook there also, and then it will just fall down the side like so. In fact, let's see how, oh, that feels pretty tight right now. So we could actually put it together right now. Let's do so. So we'll take this jump ring and we'll open it up. And we hook this ring to the bail. There we go. Now see, she's hanging just like so. Now we take this one and we can either get another jump ring or we can use the jump ring we've already put on here. Since we do have some chain links here, we open her back up. And now we go and lift this up somewhat, and she hooks right back onto that hook, the little screw that's on the cork along with the other jump ring. Then we close this jump ring up. Let go. And our fairy dust necklace is finished. Now, because of the bead strand, it will knock the bottle sideways as it is doing right now, and that's normal. So there she is, all done. So there we go. There is our fairy dust necklace. I'm going to be careful lifting it up because the glue is still wet and the chain just got wrapped into here. Let's pull it up here. There's what she looks like. And here is our chain. So it's an 18-inch chain. And it, like I say, it is going to slide sideways like that. There's no stopping it unless you were to put another bead strand over to the other side, which we don't really want to do. So there we are, our cha-cha bracelet. Our cha-cha fairy dust necklace made with little shell beads from our Exotic Blooms kit from SoftFlex's. Isn't that pretty? This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.